All right, and welcome back to Awfully Silly. We're going to be keeping on rolling with the kids shows / movies theme for this evening. Before we jump into that, would like to remind everyone as well, Flame Fatales will be having its next all-women speedrunning event, Flame Fatales, in late August. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and type !FF in the Twitch chat or go on over to GamesDoneQuick.com/Flame Fatales for some more information. But since we have a jam-packed evening, I think we jump right into this next run, which you would think that we might be speedrunners from the crypt with all these scary games that we're doing, but we're gonna jump right into spooky quote-unquote game number 2 with Casper Scare School, run by TaintedTali. So go ahead and take it away.
All right, hello, my name is Tali, and I'm going to show you Casper's Scare School tonight. This is probably a game that most of you maybe haven't heard of. I was just randomly browsing retro games one day when I found this for $3. I'm like, you know what? Let's do this. And I did not make this mistake by myself. I brought Schmumbler along with me. Do you want to introduce yourself, Schmumbler?
Hey, so yeah, I'm Schmumbler. You guys might know me from Downpour and Homecoming speedruns. Maybe not, who cares? This is all about Casper.
Quality speedruns, that's what we do. So yeah, time doesn't actually start until we are done loading in, by the way, so that's why I got a bit of a head start here, but this game is just, it's something. You are not ready, Twitch chat, but you will see this regardless.
Yeah, so Casper Scare School is a wonderful game that you think starts out as a collectathon platformer, but then quickly changes through like 2 different genres until it becomes a racing game for the rest.
Yep, that's a pretty good summary of it. And the biggest time killer, I guess, is the loading speed. As you can see, it takes kind of a while to start up, but please hurry up so we can actually get this run started, because Twitch chat is probably at the edge of their seats right now.
Of course they are. It's Casper, and it's a video game. What, you can't anticipate anything else.
There it is. All right, so yeah, once I hit continue is when the time starts. I'm going to do a 3, 2, 1, and go. So, of course, we gotta go to Scare School. Oh, no, there we go. Already off to a great start. So, we gotta collect a bunch of items and then still make it in time for the bus to get to school. And of course, we gotta bring very important books, you know, paintings, classical paintings. Who doesn't want to bring that to school as well? We have some underpants, some random flower pots. I don't know how to explain the items, but as you can see, controls are incredibly janky. So that's going to be my main struggle throughout this. And Casper just likes to randomly get stuck in basically anything. Walls, doors, items, objects, all of it. You just randomly get stuck, so...
Yeah.
Main challenge here is to just try to not...
Yeah, you would really think, being a ghost and all, we would be able to, you know, go through things, but turns out we're actually made of glue, and... Anytime you walk into a wall, you're just stuck walking in place for like 3 seconds, unless you jump into the wall just before you hit. It's just one of those fun little quirks that makes running this game such a joy.
It really does. So yeah, that's why you will see a lot of random, maybe seemingly jumps. It's because I'm trying to avoid getting stuck as much as possible. It mostly won't work, but you know, you gotta at least try, right?
Yep. Also, the hitboxes on a lot of these items is extremely jank too, especially the paintings. I'd say the hitbox for the painting is maybe 1/3 the size of the actual image.
Yeah, it's something like that, because like if you just walk into it, you will just kind of walk under it. You won't actually pick it up. So again, you kind of need to jump to get into where you need to be for it.
Yeah.
You know, gotta pick up this lamp. Gotta have our lamp at Scare School. Very important. Bunch of underwear. I don't know why we need so much underwear.
Hey, hygiene is important.
Sure is.
For all those clothes that Casper wears.
Exactly. Oh, and there you go, stuck in the doorway again. We gotta bring Mona Lisa, of course. Very important once again.
Oh yeah, have to practice.
Oh,
our
I missed
art theft.
an item, haven't I? I missed an item. I'm not sure which one I missed. This is off to a great start. Alright, well, good news is, this was supposed to be my last item, but I'll just follow the arrow to figure out which one I missed. This is so typical. I did this in practice, got everything every single time, and I told Schmumblers, like, now, I'm gonna miss this when we actually go
I think
live.
in the bathroom. I think you might have...
I think so.
Yeah, so it's one that you went for and it just didn't collect.
Oh, I hit replay like an idiot.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna go back to the main menu. I do, but I don't have my memory card plugged in now to avoid the autosave. But I think it's still gonna give it to me. If not, I'll just have to plug in my memory card. There it is.
Good.
All right, so now we actually got ready for going to school. So now we are going to take the bus to school, except that it's not a bus, it's a pirate ship.
So,
because of course, when you go to scare school, that's what you do.
Shoutouts to another kids show. A perfect opportunity to fly the Flying Dutchman.
Yeah, we've had some SpongeBob love on the show before. Yeah, it's all theming.
It is. It all fits together. Alright, so here we go. And this is jankier than you might think.
Oh god. This ship flies at a mile a minute. You go by holding X and it just zooms off.
Yeah, and sometimes it doesn't even want to like properly stop and pick up the kids, so you really need to like wedge yourself in where you need to be.
Yep, and everything has collisions, so you're gonna get stuck on pretty much everything. There's not words. I have literally gone through children with the boat in this stage, and it just doesn't give it to you.
Yep, that happens quite a bit. Alright, last one.
The one
saving
grace.
This is a pretty short save.
Yeah, that's the one saving grace of this level.
And of course, a tree would grab me there. There you go. Alright.
Not too bad.
So now you've seen one that's kind of like a platformer, collect-a-thon, you need to collect items, and then we have a bit of a driving game. And now comes, I guess, what the rest of the game is going to be, which is basically just racing. Yeah, it's going to be, there's just one. Controls don't get any better, by the way. In fact, I'd say they get worse.
Yeah, so at this point, Casper's speed becomes faster, but his jump is still slow and he still gets stuck on everything he touches. Then you throw in the fact that half of these objects kind of just phase in and out of existence, and, you know, who really knows what's gonna happen?
Yeah, it's a toss-up, that's for sure. And looks like it's a difficult platformer section. It's not. The fastest way to do this is really just to jump into the green lava or whatever this is and just take the supposed damage that isn't actually damage, and you just keep bouncing through.
Yeah, weirdly enough, there's only one stage in this game that does have HP, and it's the very end where it really doesn't matter.
Yeah. It would make more sense to have the damage here, but I mean, I'll take it.
And you'll also see that we're going through like these little checkpoint things. That's probably the biggest shame of this level, that you can't just go from, you know, cut halfway through the stage and get to the end right off, because there are definitely a lot of corners we could cut that we just can't because we'd miss the next checkpoint.
Yeah, there's a lot of shortcuts, but we're limited on the ones we can actually use. It's a shame, but... Alright, last lap. And if you're wondering how it can get worse, don't worry, you will see soon, because at least this one is actually not too bad, I'd say, when we're just outside, but next lap that's coming up after this one is going to be basically the same as this, but it also has an indoor path inside the scare school itself, and that is where things get tricky. So at this point we will start to lap some of our classmates, which is always very funny. They struggle a lot, more than we do.
Oh yeah. We at least have the benefit of not having to follow the path exactly.
Yeah. It's always funny. You see some random stuff sometimes when you start to lap them. Like, they get stuck on the weirdest things. But it's nice to know that we're not the only ones getting stuck, right?
Yeah, so like Tali said, this next part is going to have some parts that are inside the actual school building. And if tight, winding corridors wasn't bad enough, it's actually the doorways that are the worst.
Yeah,
you go
the
through
doorways and the tight walls.
Yeah, you go through these tight spaces, and then you have the even tighter doorway that you just have to somehow make it through at Casper's mega speed.
And again, remember that we are made of glue, apparently, so we will get stuck a lot. Let's try and compensate as best as we can. Oh god.
Except for gates. Apparently we bounce off of those like rubber balls.
Apparently. And have a consistency in a game like this.
gosh, so
You
chaotic.
also bounce into the other classmates, which doesn't help, especially at the start here when you're all like kind of bunched up together still.
Yeah.
So you can get a bit of a head start.
It's just about impossible to get into first place until you get back outside here.
Yeah. Oh. Oh my
Oh
god.
no.
Yeah.
It's okay, the wall was solid that whole time.
Yeah,
No
wouldn't have
time
made
loss.
it through sooner anyway. There you go. Always so easy to catch up right in this part because they try to platform the best they can, but we skip all of the actual platforming. You can even do a little bit of a different shortcut here because we don't need to go all the way down. Oh, stuck in the tree. Didn't know that was possible. Oh no, the gate!
Boing, boing.
There you go. He's not made of glue for that particular gate. Everything else, though, very much glue.
Oh no.
Casper, please. There we go. Like, I don't know if it looks as janky as it feels. I feel like it is actually worse than it looks, and it already looks pretty bad, so I don't know how to, like, properly express how jank this game is.
I was gonna say, trust me, it looks pretty jank for sure. It looks like it.
I think my favorite part about him getting stuck too is he doesn't even keep the regular running animation. He starts slow walking. It's like you can't get him to do that any other way except by getting stuck on stuff.
It's also funny how the music just suddenly shifts. We have like this one fast-paced track, and then suddenly it's this track.
Yeah.
It just does not at all fit, but you know.
There are 3 tracks in this game, and each one has a very obvious stage that it's supposed to be on. But
No, the gate again!
they're not nearly long enough, so you just cycle through them every time.
Yep. That is some terrible RNG on this race. It's alright, we made it to last lap. We're almost done with this.
Yeah, still in first. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. As long as I don't need to restart, I'm good. God. Or
Yeah, it's
And
just,
here's
It's
another funny part in that this is not the worst level.
you haven't even seen the worst of it yet, chat. Alright, so now we're outside. Now it's pretty smooth sailing from here on out. For this level, specifically.
I just think it's
Out of the lava.
there's really interesting choices made here, right? So like, he can't phase through anything, even though he's a ghost. And like the Casper
no.
stuff that I've seen, he has like a tail and not feet, right? So, but like now it's a
Yeah.
foot race. He could have been a flying race.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
But yeah, we made it past the racing level, but we're still gonna race, but now we have hurdles. So once again, very deceptive because you can very easily get stuck on the hurdles. There are some corners that we want to cut, but there's an invisible wall, which still, you're made of glue still, so you can get stuck in these invisible walls, and it's
Yeah, and,
this is a big run killer.
and arguably the worst part about it too is it's all straightaways, so there's nothing for the NPCs to get caught in.
Except each other.
So they can very easily just overtake you.
Yeah. Just gonna focus a bit for this one because I don't want to accidentally get stuck on anything that I don't have to.
The one saving grace for this is that you do like get multiplied speed if you get hit from another or from behind by one of the NPCs. So if you fall behind, you can get in front of somebody else and just have them bump you back into first.
It's kind of tricky to do, but definitely possible. Not something you want to rely on for like consistency.
Oh no, definitely not.
Alright, we're at last lap, and I'm in first, so it's looking good. But it can turn very fast. They're immediately behind me, so a single mistake is all it takes, and they're gonna be right on top of me again. Alright, made it. Okay. I'm so glad my run didn't die for that. But yeah, that's just one more level and one more race to go, which is, I guess, a bit of a final boss. We're gonna race Thatch himself, but this one still has some challenges. The racing isn't even the worst for this last part, but for this part, we also need to pick up our friends. We have 4 kids that we need to collect. And again, hitboxes and movement are janky. So sometimes you can bump right into them or face through them, and Casper just don't want to grab them, and you have to like loop back and collect them again, and then try to keep going.
Yeah, so
And
Garlics
again,
and
you need to
I-
be in first.
Carlips and I just recently had a race of this 2 days ago, and I was ahead on this level and then lost because I walked right through one of the kids and they just decided they didn't want to follow.
Yep. So what I usually use is my tell here is that I look at, because you have the collection thing in the top left where it says 0 to 4. That's usually what I look at to try and immediately catch whether it actually went through or not. Because that usually gives me enough time to correct myself immediately. The first one's right there. We got him.
You can also see in the top right, there's that little green bar. That's the health that I was mentioning earlier. So if you get hit by a car, you do lose health. You can take, I think, 5 car hits before you die. But the coins that you see scattered around, those are health pickups. Thing is, they're all incredibly out of the way, so you really just want to not.
Yeah, ideally not. I think there's like one that you run into on the path. Oh, did I miss one? Oh, this one. Cool. All right, we're back on track. We're still ahead. This is all good. We are also coming up, I should mention again, this is the last level, so at the end of this, once we pass through the last gate, that is time. Alright, third one. Alright. Looking good. We're making up for the rocky start we had at the start of the run.
I'm so nervous for these kids in traffic.
Alright, so straight path ahead, we're gonna make it easy, so get ready on time. And time! There we go, that is Casper Scarecool. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Tali. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more of this or other games, I usually do retro games, horror games. I actually do 102 Dalmatians as well, which is coming up after this. So I will be on commentary for that, but I will not do the run itself. I'm also at SGDQ 2022, so you can catch me hosting for one of the horror blocks.
Ooh, host fam, me too. I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot you were hosting as well. Excellent. We'll get to meet in person.
Also, 100%.
Yes.
We do.
Awesome. And yeah, any other shout outs? Any shout outs from you, Schmumbler?
Shout outs to Schmumbler.
Shout outs to Schmumbler, of course, yes.
Yes. So if you, for some reason, liked what you saw here, come check all of us out at the Twitch TV stream team, the Clock Tower. Pretty much, well, not pretty much, every single person who runs this game is part of our stream team. So you can find us at twitter.com/clocktower@TTV, and we have a link to our Discord there that you can come and hang out with us.
All right, excellent. Well, thank you both so much for being here. And for you, chat, we're going to take a quick little break here while we get set up for the next run. You know, get some water, get to walking with your ghost feet, and we will see you here in just a few moments.